Can you turn on? Oh, perfect. Guys, we're starting in 5 minutes. Committee coordinators, are you around? I guess not. Does anyone have a USB stick that they can lend me? I already have two, thank you. Marta, Amato, could you help get people inside the plenary? Thank you. Stop. But the voting spreadsheet is not working.
It's already halfway.
In 2 hours. Yeah.
So it's really late.
You got it done? No, it has done a bit. Someone was not doing other things. Oscar can do it. It's just first it takes too long to show the results. Like when I press here, it's like takes forever. And it's
just this is something that
and then like here, it just always appears unclear.
Yeah, okay, but this is the parts from Peter's.
Okay, and then
the ones which I made.
Like keys to each binder.
But that's the live counting, right?
No, it's not only the live counting; it's also the counting for the necessary registering, and all those files should be in the.
Yeah, but I need like a spreadsheet where I could put where I could just put the results in Beam because we're gonna count in parallel anyway.
Yeah, I know you want this question. You don't need that today, so it's-
No, I need it for the code checkers. Okay, we're starting.
Notes passing. Get rid of the
Yes.
string. So here.
All right. Thank you. How much do I owe you? That would be nice.
You're leaving?
If it's not open, the organizers have the key.
Yeah.
Thank you. Guys, please start to sit down. We're going to start in 2 minutes. Sim, para ajudar para vir as pessoas. Tell that to Kurt. Guys, there's 1 minute until plenary. Please sit down. Guys, I see a lot of standing. I see a lot of talking, but I don't see a lot of moving and sitting down. Please move to your place. I know. Guys? Guys, in 10 seconds, I'm going to open this plenary session. Whoever is not sitting down or whoever is not in the room will not be allowed for the first presentation. Okay. I declare this session open. So before we begin, there are a couple of announcements. The first one is about the notes that are passing around. Apparently, for some people, it is disturbing, but also the notes are very important to get messages to the board table. For instance, when you would like to have an announcement or when you need to have your laptop or something or whatever. And in this case, I would like to ask 2 favors from you. Please keep on passing these notes because that's the only way we can communicate here without disturbing. On the other hand, if it's not important or if it's something that can wait until the coffee break or if it's just some bullshit, then try to cut it back so that you don't disturb also the people who are trying to watch the presentations. Is it okay with you? All right, perfect. Kurt, are there any other announcements? Okay, there's one announcement from the board.
You have just received the answers and the sheets of paper about the alumni speed dating session that I described before. So you probably know already which group you will start. So now you can, during coffee break, not during the sessions, get to know with those answers and those information. And then you will be able to ask proper questions at the alumni speed dating session. So please don't read it now. Just wait for the coffee break with this. And then you have the number of the groups that you will start the session.
Thank you. If there aren't any more announcements, I would like to invite Vitka to the middle of the plenary. And also, while she's coming, also to invite LBG Valencia. And while that's happening, if there are any people who are late, they can go quickly take their seats. The late people can enter and take their seats very quickly.
Okay, feeling good, people, after lunch? Okay, so I will bring you some background about the proposal to suspend LBG Valencia. So what actually happened? I guess Daniel will explain it to you more also. There is no slide 2. Okay, however. Okay. So Valencia applied to host the Duco summer meeting. However, after announcement of the event on the private area, they had to cancel the event. So what the regulations say about this? It stated that a full member or an associated member is suspended for the following reasons. The LBG cancels an internal or external best event after making the event public, or the LBG denied the participants access, but this other part is not this important for this case. Okay, Daniel?
Okay, thank you. Now we'll have LBG Now we'll have LBG Valencia presenting.
Sure.
Okay, you have 7 minutes.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel Montalvo from LBG Valencia. I would like to call into plenary to Maria Zurita as an LBG member and Martina as the Educo coordinator. And also, I would like to call the Spanish Mafia because, you know, we're a mafia. We always do this. So Spanish Mafia, if you don't want coming here.
Quickly. Run, 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 run.
Thank you very much, guys. So, well, as Vitka says, I'm here to explain you the situation about the proposal. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our history of LBG Valencia, our HR situation, the events we organized last year, and the proposal, what happened to get to that. We will finally have a round of questions from you guys. So we became observer members in PM Copenhagen 2011. Later, we became baby member in JA France 2012. And we finally became full members in JA Bucharest a little ago in 2014. Right now, we are 36 members, of which there are 13 fulls, 10 babies, and 13 observers. There are also 26 alumni, and most of them like to help us in the event, get involved. We invite them to participate with us, and they like to do that. So as far as events we have organized last year, we did do a cultural exchange with Uppsala. She came with to Valencia early November. Then Valencia went to Uppsala early February. Later in November, we did our local round of IBEC. It took place in 2 different days. It was like the last week of November. Next year, we had our spring course, 15. It was called Warm Me Up, My Engine's Ready. It was, you see, about cars and engines and so on. It was the best ranking event in the season, as far as evaluation goes. And we actually got the recognition from EC, the Red Apple. Later in April, we hosted the IBEC Spain national round, and it was awesome. I was the main organizer. I liked it a lot. It was really good. Okay, so as far as the proposal is concerned, I like to refer to this call, the call to apply to host a Duco summer meeting on Richard 16. We didn't apply it in the first time, so Martina as a Duco coordinator and Paco as vice president for internal support talked to us, to Valencia, and asked if we could host the event. The event was supposed to take place late August. It will be around 7 working days, and it will have had around 20 participants. Sadly, we said no, we couldn't do it. We talked to LBG, and we came to this conclusion for 2 main reasons. The first one is although we are financially stable, we still need to improve this point. And in the summer, the prices of everything goes up, and we could not afford that, to host the event. The other reason was most people in Valencia doesn't live in the city. They are students in our university. They stay during the school year, but they live in the summer. So we have less HR in the summer. So we told them that, and they told us again that, well, that's okay. You can do a smaller event, 6 working days, maybe 13, 15 participants. And we told we did LBG again. People was a little bit more excited about this because we really like to improve ourselves. We couldn't host the whole event, the first one I presented you, but this was a way to get more international involvement, even though it was a little bit hard for us, but we like to accept challenges. So we said a member came to us and said that she could host the event in her summer house. It's a summer house that is free every summer, so she could host it there. It's a really big house. She could have hosted up to 20 people among participants and organizers. And as far as our financial situation, we asked for the internal event support, and they say that we could get some help in this matter. Sadly, when we started to organize the event, we talked to Martina. Everything was going great. We start settling the dates. It was like the last week of August. Everything was working for both Educo and Valencia. And we agreed that since this was done late July, we were really late into organizing everything. So we agreed that we could publish the applications in the PA. So participants could start applying for the event. Meanwhile, Valencia will have to set the dates for the event. So keep in mind that we haven't already set the dates for it. Sadly, as I was saying, sorry, we had a problem, and that was a family member for this girl that agreed to host the event became sick. It was her grandmother, and of course we couldn't have 20 plus people plus a sick old person in the same house. So this option was out of the table. We tried to find a different solutions, maybe a different summer house, maybe among our LBG members in Valencia. But as I said before, we are very few people in Valencia in the summer, so we didn't find any solution for this. We talked to Martina, we talked to Paco, and we all agreed that it was better to cancel the event in Valencia because we couldn't offer enough quality for the event to be productive. So we did cancel the event before the applications deadline ended. So a little bit, the reasons we think we should not be suspended. Valencia is a sustainable LBG. Of course, we have our problems like everyone else, but we do a great work. We go step by step. We became baby members. We became full members a little bit ago. Then we had our first cultural exchange. We wanted to get more international involvement, but we couldn't yet. Also, we did all we could to host the event, to help Educo. During this whole process, we kept really good communication with Educo management and Paco. No damage was done to either Educo or Best, because since the applications deadline was not yet finished, nobody had bought their tickets yet, and we knew that Educo had a different alternative. So as far as my presentation, here it is. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask now.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we'll move to the question round. Raise your finger if you have a question. Okay, one finger from LBG Athens. Microphone carriers.
Mariniki from LBG Athens. Thank you for your presentation. I want you to answer me, how much time exactly before the event did you cancel it?
Okay, we had said we had an online meeting to start organizing the event, and we said a week to arrange everything, to set the deadlines, to set the transportation, to set everything. Okay, so before that week ended, like 3 days before that deadline, we had to cancel the event.
Thank you. Any other question? Okay. I would like to remind that you will vote if Valencia should be a suspended LBG or not. So I hope that you'll read the proposal and make sure that you make an informed decision about this. Thank you, Valencia.
I have one thing,
Yeah,
guys.
sorry.
I would like to end my presentation answering this question, and it was jigglypuff as seen from above. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay. While they take the picture, I would like Vitka to start joining the middle. Now we're going to have the second membership session of this block. This time it will be baby to full, and Aachen is running baby to become a full member, and Vitka is going to introduce it.
Okay, we have one baby to full member. So to remind you about what we were talking today, what are requirements to become a full member? So LBG can run for full membership after their third GM, but latest after fifth. This is some of the requirements to attend all GMs, to have an action plan prepared and executed, to organize successful external event, and very important to have a sustainable group and successful group management. Okay, this is a small intro about Aachen. They will also present themselves a bit more. So they became observer in 2012 and baby on PM Brno 2 years ago, and their nurse is LVG Ghent. So Aachen, come here.
Aachen, you're more than welcome to go to the middle.
Hello. Before I begin, Squirrel, please come in, and also Raksu, our RA, and our extended family from LBG Ghent, please come in.
Run, fast.
So let's start. Vitka already presented the slides, how we came here. Today we are here to see if our action plan that was presented in Brno, have we fulfilled that? We'll see that today. So far, what have we done on international level? Speaking of internal events, we organized a board autumn meeting in 2013. After that, we organized a regional advisors meeting with our nurse in 14. Then after 2 weeks, we are going to organize a kickoff meeting for competitions working group, which will work to improve our external competitions. Apart from this, we have organized 2 JBTs. One of this was along with Bonding Aachen. We have 1 RA in last generation of RAs for Nordic region. Apart from this, we have 2 best trainers right now and 1 trainer from Bonding who will soon get approval in best. Our competitions, EBEC, we started with 2014 edition. Back then we worked with Reply for team design. After that, we increased the size of our EBEC. We worked with Rolls-Royce for case study. Then 2 days back, this time we organized case study competition and the EBEC with 3 other LBGs. Tomorrow we will have our team design round with Rosa and Krieger. This year we organized our first external course. It was a spring course. We had 19 participants from different LBGs. It was a real fun and exciting and successful external event. 3 of these participants are right now guest members in our LBG. Many of the members who, after going back to their cities, joined best. And considering that it was first event we organized, it was still made it in top 10. Speaking of HR, currently we have 8 observer squirrels, 8 baby squirrels, 15 full members, and 6 alumni. Our HR strategy, We have selected some qualities that we want to have in our members. When we recruit them, we conduct interviews and try to screen them. Then we appoint them angel or mentor to groom them. We invite them to motivational weekend to further boost their motivation, give them some initial trainings, best Katie, and then they follow the natural path of squirrel evolution.
So we did our evaluation in this January, and it came as our SWOT analysis, where we see as a strength in our working methods. We have our written statutes, we have internal regulations, we have an audit committee which oversees the work of the board. At the same time, in our LBG, we consider a strength in social setting. We have more than 15 countries represented in our own LBG. A normal meeting is like an international evening whenever we have. At the same time, we consider our weakness because we have a lot of master students. So they tend to stay 2 to 3 years, and we want to recruit more bachelor students so they can have a longer best life of 4 to 5 years in the future. The second weakness, what we see is our financial stability. We have currently some debts to our members, and there is a matter of a loan grant, which we have taken from university, and we are tackling it and paying it in the current mandate. The opportunity we see in the university relations, we are planning to organize a learning local event on education so that university can gain something from us and we will get their support, more support in the future. The another opportunity what we see is Aachen is a student city. There are more than 50,000 students in Aachen. So it gives us a huge opportunity to grow and affect a lot of lives and improve and diversify the best furthermore. The third, in our university, we have more than 70 registered student organizations. So it gives us a lot of competition as we go into the future. So out of this SWOT analysis, we created our local LTSP in this June. And these are some of the highlights of it. Our local LTSP, it corresponds to the organization goal 3 of international LTSP. The international process to evaluation system, we have an evaluation handbook which we have created. We are evaluating all the local events, internal events, at the same time all the external events we are organizing. Our treasurer has a goal of optimizing cost, and as we have organized the events for last 2 years, we want to evaluate them and see where we can reduce our expenses and increase our revenues. At the same time, one of the goals is we have created a best Aachen identity project where we are evaluating our services, what we offer to our stakeholders, and we want to see which services we can improve in the future to have more satisfaction of the stakeholders and provide them more opportunity to collaborate with the best. So out of this is the tracking of the action plan. The things on the up, on the positive side show which we have done more than what we have presented in our action plan in the PM Burno. And the things on the negative side shows we have not fulfilled all the goals which we have already planned. So administration, as you have already seen, we have a proper group structure, we have audit committee, and we try to follow it in our all the meetings and all the working methods. Our PR situation, it was not so good. We didn't have had a clear PR strategy we wanted to do, but this mandate started in July, and we have now proper PR strategy, which we are following this year. Our corporate relation, as you have seen, we have one company who's collaborating with us from past 2 years, another company who's organizing career event with us from last 2 years. So it's pretty good going, and a lot of companies wants to collaborate with us. Our international involvement have been very good over the years. The financial situation, as I have explained, has not been as good as we wanted. And our external relation with bonding, IG has been very good in Aachen. And we are always going to each other's event, co-organizing, and presenting best in different mediums. So as going in the future, we want bigger events. EBAC, we are organizing CWG kickoff meeting just after the PM. And this year, bigger summer course. We are going to have a cultural action with LBG Brno, Riga, and Lisbon soon next year. And we want to have, we will become full member, our experienced member can go and become part of the more international teams. Our HR situation we want to improve, and at the same time, financial stability. So at last but not the least, I would like to thank all the previous RAs, international boards, LBG Krakow for giving us initial KT for HR strategy, LBG Brno for our first CE, LBG Tallinn for giving us idea of having the audit committee and seeing the work, LBG Erlangen for being our benefactor as per German rules and helping us out with a lot of German things. And LBG Ghent for always being us with there, and all these people, all our nurse, doctors, and Rakso, they have always been with us for past 2 years, even we call them in the night. So thank you everyone. Thanks for your support. And in this PM, when LBG Ghent is organizing, we want to become the full member.
1, 2, 3. So next, we'll have a word from LBG Ghent.
Hey guys, Simon from Ghent.
Can you speak a bit louder?
Yes. Is it okay?
A bit louder.
A bit louder?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. First of all, nice to see you giving the presentation finally. This is what we've been working towards. I joined about 1.5 years ago, and at that time, Ghent was already the nurse of Aachen. And I immediately noticed that they're fun guys. They know how to party. But on the other hand, it's also very clear that they have a drive for improving their LBG. Not just to fit in and become full member, but they also, you can see they really want to contribute the best. Since I joined, their HR situation has changed, the new board, and the new board also has the same drive. You can see it. And to wrap up, we really think they're ready. So, good job, guys.
Thank you. Now we'll also have an input from the board. Vitka. Input from the board, Kurt.
Okay. So, as guys already stated, some points that we want to point out is that they organized a board autumn meeting, regional advisors meeting, and successful spring course. They had really good communication with the nurse and really visibly progressed during last 2 years. However, we have some points of improvement that we think they should focus on, and this is making FR situation more stable and sustainable, because, as guys already said, they have some debts both towards their members and with returning some grant. They stated in their report that they are not really applying for grants, so we would suggest them to work a bit more on that. Better promotion of services, since the number of people applying to courses from their university is quite low, and international involvement, since for now they kind of don't have anybody internationally involved in the LBG. Recruitment is also a very valid point. We noticed that they have some board members for quite some years ago repeating, so maybe there is a problem in people taking bigger responsibilities in LBG. And that's why we would really encourage LBG Aachen to run for full membership on GA Tallinn, and in the meantime, focus on these points and be perfectly ready for the GA Tallinn.
Thank you, Vitka. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to open the question round. If you have a question, raise your finger and the card. So first there is LBG Las Palmas over there, and after that it's LBG Lisbon.
Anwar from LBG Las Palmas. You said that your FR situation is not really stable. Do you have any concrete plans on how to improve it?
Yeah, Udit will answer.
Can you use, yeah.
Can I have flicker?
Clicker, where's the clicker, guys?
Thank you. Yeah, as we explained, like, it is a weak situation and we have already expecting that question. So this is a financial action plan, which we had, whatever it's till November, it's been already been done. We had an EBAC, we are planning a company seminar in December. From these events, we have already have an income of more than 3,000 euros in profit. At the same time, for the summer course, we have talked to 3 companies who want to take our course already, which will be, and it has been with one of the German committee who has already published a course on the government website. So it's more visible and people want to, more company want to take it. At the same time, we are talking to more companies. We are applying for Erasmus Plus grant for the cultural exchange, what we have said. And out of feedback competition is also what we are planning to organize this year. We have already talked to a company who are willing to sign the contract. So if you see by the January, we will actually have the enough money to pay all our debts. And in January, when we are going to have our midterm board evaluation, which is a thing, and if we see if more improvement points are required, then we'll modify it further. So right now, everything is on the track and all our debts effectively covered. And if you can see in the report 12, in the page number 15, we have put numbers for all of these things, which states like these all things will be done as per the numbers and all the debts will be covered.
Okay. Before we proceed to the next question, just a small request from the board table is that when you raise your card with the fingers, please wait till someone thumbs up you and says that we have written down the fingers. Now I have Lisbon, Extra Virginia, Porto, Vienna, Extra Evi, and ZP. Is there anyone else that's missing from here? Okay, so LBG Lisbon and then Extra Virginia.
Okay, Guilherme from Lisbon. Yeah, my main question to you is about the event that you are going to organize to pay your current loan. You say here that you will have an income of 1,500 euros and you will have an expense of 1,300 and yeah, 1,300 euros.
Which particular event you are?
Yeah, the Stupa event. You have. Yeah. Could you clarify a little bit more about that event, please?
So this is not exactly an event which we want to organize under BEST. It's a situation about a loan grant, which I'll clarify. For a spring course, we had a grant from our university, which states that if we have more fundraising than our expenses, then we have to pay it back. And if we don't have enough fundraising, then we don't have to pay it back. But the situation, what happened, that the student parliament, what is called as the Stupa, they forgot their contract in their last mandate, which is lost. But it is written in their minutes of meeting that we had this kind of an agreement. We didn't have enough fundraising, and we are still trying to contact them that we won't have to pay it back. But we had made an action plan in which we are organizing an event from which it is going to be particularly about paying the grant, and it's going to be a competition from which we'll get the money. And in worst case, if we have to pay it back, we will cover it with this particular event. And if we don't have to pay it back, we will have 3,000 euro plus for ourselves to use somewhere else.
Thank you. Next is Extra Virginia over there, and afterwards it's LBG Porto.
Extra Naya, thank you for your presentation. In your SWOT analysis, you referred that you have the opportunity to create a very good relationship with your university because you have a background. How would you increase the visibility of BEST Aachen in your university? Because I saw in your thread that you also have some other NGOs that are really strong in your university.
So this is considering, as I said, we are planning a local event on education next year. So in which, as Educo have already presented, and we have a lot of commission, even I attended a lot of Educo particular seminar and workshops. So from that, university can gain something out of us, the student can gain something out of us. And so once they see the benefit of cooperating with the BEST Aachen, they will have the more visibility and they will give us the more support. At the same time, we have got the support from the international office recently and the International Academy for organizing our event. They are promoting it to all the international students, at the same time the local students on all the mailing list of different departments.
Thank you. Next, it's LBG Porto, and afterwards it's LBG Vienna.
Hi,
Miguel from LVG Porto. Do you think that by having such a big group like Bonding Aachen in your city, it can become like a threat or a wall to the improvement?
Can you speak up a bit, Miguel?
Of your association?
Can you now repeat? So, do you think you could answer that question? Okay.
I can.
Can you repeat from the beginning?
Yeah. Miguel, LVG Porto. So, do you think that by having the Bonding Aachen, it's such a big group in your city, it's a threat to the improvement of your association in the future?
So Bonding, as you know, started in Aachen in 1987. They are there for more than 28 years. And so for us, career fair is not an option in Aachen because they are already a very big group. Their career fair has more than 300 companies. So this is the one opportunity we see we cannot utilize. But at the same time, other things like learning event, EBEC competitions, and the local internal training events for the students. We have also organized a lunch seminar with the company, and we are planning a round table with the consultancy companies, which we can offer to the students, which Bonding doesn't provide. They are mostly focused on the career fair in Aachen. So we are looking at, we cannot utilize that opportunity, but we are looking at other things which we can have, and we can promote it to the other students.
Thank you. There are two fingers from LBG Lisbon. Okay, can we have the other microphone carrier take the microphone and switch batteries?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, it works.
Guilherme from Lisbon. Following Miguel's question, do you think it's possible somehow to develop some kind of cooperation with Bonding Aachen because they are so really developed in your university and you are still in the initial stage? Thanks.
So as we have already presented with Bonding Aachen, our relationships are very good. We go to each of our events, to their job fair. They also helped us in our spring course and co-organizing. And we usually get to meet for every of our event and it's a local partnership. So I see like even the international board, we organized one of the JBTs with the Bonding Aachen last year. So we see we are already have the relationship with them, which are much better than the what we have at international level. And we are planning to continue it even further and making it more developed.
Okay. Next, it's LBG Vienna with one finger, and afterwards it's Extra Evi.
From LPG Vienna. I have a question to the board. Since it's written that the number of applicants were not sufficient, only 28 during the year, since the number is not regulated as far as I know, how high should it be for full members? And how many LPGs achieved this number, in your opinion?
Okay. I have a microphone here. So there are two fingers from the board.
Vitka from the Caravel. So the number of applicants is not regulated in any way. However, one of the responsibilities of full members is to promote our services. And if our subjective opinion is that the number of 28 is quite low for a number of applicants in a year.
Okay. Yes, two fingers from LBG Aachen as well.
Yeah, to clarify this situation a little bit, why it is not happening in Aachen, our exam coincide with the summer courses and the winter courses. As we all know, summer courses are the largest part of the best courses, so we cannot actually publicize our summer courses. So this year, we have already started promoting the spring course, which is the second largest from 5 days back, and we are putting a lot of effort in promoting the spring courses for 1 month, and hopefully we'll get a lot of applicants this year.
Okay. Next question is from Extra Evi.
Extra Evi.
And then LBG Zaporizhia.
Hello, congrats and good luck with running. I have two questions regarding the financial statements here. First of all, I see that in your next course, you estimated more than 2,000 euros than you actually spent in your last course. So I would like to know why you estimated that much. And my second question is regarding the debts that you have.
Okay, can we stick to one question and then we can take your finger for the next question? Is it okay like that?
Okay.
All right. Can you?
Okay, to answer about the course. So last year we had 19 participants. We estimated for 22 participants, 3 canceled. And this year, as we said, we want to organize much better event and a bigger event. We want to offer more services to the students, so more partnership. And as we said, we are talking to 3 companies for the cooperation. So we are expecting more expenses, but it will be all covered by the company. So we don't see a problem over there.
Okay, next is LBG Zaporizhia. Can you stand up? And then it's LBG Erlangen.
Hello, my name is Lena from LBG Zaporizhia. Here in the report, it says that you redefined your recruitment strategy in October 2014. And how would you describe the changes that you currently have? Because one of the reasons why board doesn't recommend you to become full member right now is because of your chess strategy. So you made changes in your strategy such a long time ago, and you still don't really have much members. So could you explain? Thank you.
So the strategy was created back then, but the one important part of interviews, what we see here, was missing there. So we did recruit members back then, but we failed to engage them. We failed to see what kind of members fit us better. But we learned from that experience, and we have now improved our HR strategy after that. And with the new recruitment that is going on right now, it will continue until the end of November. With this, whatever observers we have got, we are already confident about them that we will stick with us for a longer time.
Okay, 2 fingers. Just you can speak if.
Yeah. So explaining about the board decision of recruitment, their main point is a lot of people are not taking responsibility. We have more than 35 members, and out of the 15 are full members. So we are completely sustainable on HR point of view. It just the board's concern is people are not taking the responsibility, for which we want to show. In our current board, we have 5 new boardies, and one boardie who is already been boardie is resigning. He has already resigned, and he took the responsibility because no one was ready for the PR. But in the past, a couple of participants have been gone to BNON. They have attended the training for PR, and the new people now ready to take the more responsibility. So our current board will be completely new board, and that's how we are planning that going forward. It will be always the new people taking the challenges.
Okay, thank you. Next is LBG Erlangen, and afterwards it will be LBG Isparta.
Robert from the LBG Erlangen. Thank you for your really nice presentation. And I would like to ask you a question about the grants application situation. Could you elaborate a little bit more how it is in your LBG and how it works with university?
So for university, so I'll split it into 2 parts, one with the university. For university, there is a grant system, but they say they will only provide grant if we open their event to the local students. So our courses are not open to our university's student. It is for the external students, so we don't get grant for our courses. So that's why we are planning to organize a learning event on education, which is open for the local students, so that we can get a grant. The second part is getting more grants. So we are already talking to using the material of the grants working committee for using cultural exchanges, and we are going to utilize that thing for having grant and completely funding our cultural exchange with the grant, as LBG Riga has already applied. So we are talking to them also how to apply for it. LBG Ghent has also applied 2 years back for the cultural exchange. So we are talking to them and gaining experience how to apply for the grant and how to successfully get the grant.
Okay, next LBG Isparta, and afterwards it's LBG Athens.
Hello, Ur from Sparta. Firstly, congratulations for the presentation. I want to ask that why people don't want to work on international level. Is that about motivation or another issues?
So as you can see, we have an ex-RA who was RA last year. We have 2 best trainers. One of the trainers has recently given training in the Madrid RM, and one bonding trainer who's getting to the things. But one of the reason has been people wanted to go for the international level in past 2-3 years, but they have received this feedback from the internationally experienced member as being baby member. They should focus more on the local level and should not put there a lot of focus on international level. So that's the feedback all the previous presidents and everyone received. Now, as the new generation has taken over, they are free from their responsibility at local level. So in the future, they can take the more responsibility. It's not about motivation. It was about situation being a baby member. And as you can see, we have as much for the internal events, and being a trainer and RA, we have contributed in 2 years we can.
Okay, next is LBG Athens, and afterwards it's LBG Madrid.
Mariniki from Athens. Congratulations for your presentation and for taking this challenge, but actually my question is to the board. You mentioned in your presentation that you think it's better LBG Aachen to run for full membership in
Can you put it to them? Can you repeat the last part?
Can you? Okay, awesome. Okay, you mentioned in the presentation that you think it's better LBG Aachen to run for full membership in GA Tallinn. As a reason, you said that some people are running for the local board more than 1 year. Generally, this is happening in also bigger LBGs, but for example, for how many years are we talking, like in the mandates in a row?
2 fingers from the board.
Vitka from the Caravel. Okay, so one member of the board was in the board from the beginning of the LBG Aachen. So if I'm not wrong, I think it's five mandates in a row.
3 mandates.
3?
Yeah. This is the 4th mandate, and this is the 4th mandate, and he has like already resigned.
Okay, then 4.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from LBG Madrid, and afterwards it's one question from Educo.
Hello, Alejandro from Madrid. So my question is, which are the requirements from a member to become from observer to baby and from baby to full member of the LBG?
Is it question to us? Yeah, okay. So when we become observer group, we had to create action plan, and we had to stick to the action plan and prove it that we can become baby member. And once you become baby member, to become full member, you have to organize one external course, external event.
I'm not talking about the LBG as a member of BEST, but a member of your LBG to become the membership status inside the LBG.
Okay, sorry for confusion. So when we get observers, we immediately try to assign them with some tasks. And once they start with tasks, or once they attend motivational weekend, then we make them baby members. Once they are baby members, we try to train them further. We try to promote them or motivate them to take charge of main organizer of different event. And once they become fulfill that task or any other significant task, or attending external events, going to other LBGs, train shops, then we consider it as enough knowledge about BEST, enough knowledge about working methods. Then we can promote them to full membership level. This is still in lenient conditions right now, and currently we are thinking of making it more strict, more structured. Is it okay? Thank you.
There are also 2 fingers from Porto.
Hi, Miguel from LBG Porto. Do you make any kind of selection in the recruitment for the observers? Or do you accept everyone that wants to join?
As I said already, we collect mailing lists, as in the email addresses. Then we invite them to get to know meeting. We give them initial knowledge about BEST, and then we invite them to interviews. And there we see what they actually remember from the presentation, and what they remember from the presentation or in the after meetings helps us in assessing what they want from us. And with that inputs, we select them. We see if they fit our strategy.
Thank you. And there's one thing from Educo.
Hello, I'm Eglip from Educo, and I'm happy to get to know that you're going to organize local events in education. And I wanted to ask you if you are going to ask Educo for help.
Definitely. Means that's why I'm attending on all the working session, even in the RM and in the PM about the Educo.
Okay.
Okay. That was the last question on the list. So what I would like to say is that another important decision that we'll need to make is to vote if LBG Aachen is ready to be a full member or not. And again, as I will say the same, that please read everything that you have in the binders regarding this. And we have a last-minute question from LBG Belgrade.
Hello, Miller from LBG Belgrade. I have a question about your human resources, about members, because in the report it says that you have 4 observers, but in the presentation it says that you have 8, so which one is?
So report was sent in the October, and the report was at the end of the RM, but we had a recruitment season just now, and we finished the interview round. So after interview rounds, we have updated in our presentation, we have got four more observers. So then the presentation is the latest.
Okay. And I will take one last question, which is from Tigro, and then we'll close the session.
Hello, Florian from Tigro. So far, you've been participating in the LTP project, and you organized one joint LBG training aligned to your LTP. Do you intend to stay involved in that project in the coming year and requesting help from Tigro on your training events?
Yes, so we have already talked to our HR, and she is going to contact you pretty soon about the next round of LTP.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions we had. And as I was saying, that you guys, the planner, will need to decide if LBG Aachen is ready to be a full member or not. So read all the proposals, read all the pre-materials and reports, and then also talk to them if you have still any doubts. And for the rest, I only have to say thank you, LBG Aachen.